Imagine you're a mom and you give birth to your first son, your only son, and he comes out strong, handsome, and incredibly talented. And this son lives 30 years of his life as an outstanding citizen, an outstanding person, and an outstanding actor within his country. He's globally recognized for his acting talents, and he stars in various television programs and productions in his lifetime before he passes on at the tender age of 30, allegedly. This said son, who then passes away a year later, you're still searching for answers as to what happened to him. That is the reality of Mpho Sebeng's biological mother. Let's check out this clip.
I don't know what to say. I just need a closure to know what happened to my son. Then maybe I will be fine.
What I can say is the accident report that we got, it's almost like a fraud. You understand? Because now it comes months after. You understand? That is not the right thing. The police is failing us. That is the reason why we're going to the PA to say, please help us. Let's get closure. And tell us why the police didn't go there on time. I want to know what happened to my son.
That week of the funeral, we were looking for an accident report. We were looking to find out who's the investigating officer, what happened, what took place, at what time. Because we are hearing stories from the friends that were with him, the doctor, but we are not hearing anything from the police themselves. We don't actually know what took place, and there's no person who is giving us the answers. That week of the funeral, we drove to Forgeville police station to try get answers. We were sent from one person to the next. We probably know 50 police officers' names by now, where they're not giving us an accurate person that we can go to. We were expecting so much from my brother. He's my only brother. I don't have another brother. I still, to this day, don't know what actually happened. This is when we filed for iPad. This is what we wrote.
Firstly, it's apparent no investigation happened. Secondly, we want an investigation report. Thirdly, we want to know the outcomes of the investigation. And nothing has been forthcoming. We only got the accident report sometime this year, almost a year later. And that or accident report was sort of constructed because we demanded it.
It really breaks my heart to see that Mpho Sebeng's family is still searching for answers as far as his death is concerned. Apparently, the police are giving them the runarounds, and it's hard. His family is in turmoil, and understandably so, because if umuntu wakini passes away, knowing the reason is usually it serves as closure. So having someone ongagulanga just pass away like that, and they're young and they had their whole future ahead of them, most probably kuningi as a family ababesakubhekile kuyena, because he was the first son, the only son, and he still had to get married. He had already put the family surname at a very high height, and we are Africans at the end of the day. So it really begs the question of what really happened, because some people, when they're jealous, they can do anything. I'm not saying that something spiritual took place, but I'm saying it's understandable why the family would want to know what exactly happened to their son, who was a formidable part of the community. He was well known, and a lot of people had a reason to want him gone, because his success reminded other people of their failures, allegedly. So it's a year later, his family still doesn't know what happened to him. And this breaks my heart, because at the very least, you need to know what happened to Inganyagin, And I read the comments, because Kaya FM was the one that released that video. I read the comments. People in the comments are saying, families like pointing fingers and blaming people for a person's death if they can't deal with the death. And that's also reasonable. Kubuhlungu, guys. Imagine losing. I'm not saying he was a breadwinner, but I'm saying losing someone who was who put the family's name on the map and who made the family a respected family in the place they were abahlala kuyona, probably contributed financially. Kuningi ababesakubheke kuyena. So it's not, it's hard, coming to terms, because I'm sure sometimes they look at their lives and they think, if Mpho was here, I would have this, we would have that, so it's painful. It's painful. And so I sincerely wish the family peace and closure one day. And I wish people can be more understanding towards the situation. It's a sensitive topic and it hurts. So I wish people in the comments can just go easy on them. And I just pray to God that one day they find closure. But I believe that they will. In Jesus' name. And may Mpho Sebeng rest in peace.